What's up, you guys? It's Lincoln here, back with another video on my channel where we have quickly gone down a option trading rabbit hole. I do love trading and selling options, but that is not the primary purpose of this channel. I'm trying to document my net worth building journey and kind of provide a roadmap, whether it be something you guys can copy or if it's just for entertainment purposes only. But I am basically just trying to build my net worth, and primary tool that I've been using lately is options. They're a great form of leverage. They're easy to access and that sort of thing. There's been quite a bit of interest in those videos, so I have put out quite a bit of content around those lately, but that is not the primary purpose of this channel. It is to talk about my own net worth building journey so you guys can follow along, like I said, and copy some of my ideas or some of the stuff that I'm doing. I guess to take this a step back, I hate working desk jobs. I'd rather work 100 hours for $2 an hour for myself, basically choosing how I want to spend my time than working for somebody else sitting at a desk all day. So that's kind of the backdrop for everything that I'm doing, and I'll kind of jump into that a little bit more here in a second. But I do hope you guys recognize the honesty and the transparency that I try to share and will continue to share on this channel in the future. So at the end of last year, I made a video. I should have prepped this a little bit more. Yes, I do watch all my own videos. Okay, my 2020 ending balances, it's right here. Talked about my assets and my investments and stuff. I don't remember if I actually wrote down my entire net worth, but that basically led me into tracking my net worth a little bit more heavily. So you can see here on the spreadsheet, I don't want to jump into too much of this. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so down here I have my net worth growing, and this is kind of the month over month percentage. So this is what it's all about right here. So I think I started this year with about $45,000, and this is just liquid net worth. You can see my investing and kind of my cash balances. So the liquid net worth down here, just under $85,000 at the end of June. We're snuck into July now. So I just want to do like a 6-month update, kind of talk about a few things in here to boost off that older video. I do have most of this blocked out. I don't want to share everything that I'm doing, but you can see kind of a lot of my income up here. I am making money on Upwork primarily lately, which if you guys don't know, it's a freelancing platform. I actually have my with Koji link. I'll drop this down in the description of this video. But you can hire me through there, so you can click that link and it'll take you to my profile, and you can hire me if you want, or just check out my profile and kind of what I'm doing on there. So that is kind of my primary source of income. I do have my real estate license. I've talked to you about that before. I do have that blocked out just for clients, and a lot of that's personal information. I don't really want to share that. But anyway, here's kind of where I track everything. And then you can see, like I said earlier, there's where my net worth has gone. My goal is to have $1 million net worth by the age of 30. I'm 24 right now. I'll be turning 25 in December of this year. So my goal is to hit $100,000 by 25. If all goes according to plan, I will hit that number. Anyway, so that is kind of the deep dive. I'm trying to be transparent, opening it up and kind of giving an update, 6-month update in 2021 as well. So building net worth, that's what we're doing here. And then as a part of that, I just want to talk about something real quick. So we'll jump into my YouTube studio and go to analytics. And we'll scroll down. And are you guys serious? I only have 10.8% of you subscribed. I only get like 200 views a video too. So if you guys could really help me out, if you guys show up frequently, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I know you're coming back to these videos, so save yourself some time. Help out me, help out the channel a bit. Also, if you're female, feel free to subscribe. We got a very dude-oriented audience base. I don't know what that says about me. I don't really want to jump into what that says about me. But you can see monetization. Obviously, I'm not making any money yet. I'm below the threshold there. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick. Thank you for everybody who has subscribed. I love seeing the support. I didn't think I was going to get even this big. When I started, I figured I was just going to start out and see where we went from there. So there is the long-winded introduction and some of the backdrop. Hopefully you guys found that useful and appreciate the transparency, that sort of thing. Now let's jump into what is the best index fund for life in 2021. And this is kind of a trick question and just a good SEO practice in that title. It doesn't really matter what year it is. This thing's always going to be the best index fund. And it's actually, even though I titled this the best index fund, it's actually an ETF, what I'm going to recommend. And that's basically, if you guys don't know the difference between index funds and ETFs, ETFs are basically a much more flexible option. There's no minimums. Generally, they're cheaper and they're much more tax efficient. So pretty much always I will recommend using an ETF over an index fund. They're both passive forms of investing, which is the entire point. Don't forget, keep the main thing the main thing. You don't need to just buy an index fund. You can buy ETFs. Like I said, they're much more flexible options, but they're basically, it's just the way they're structured. So easy to get in and out of, and there's no minimums like there are with a lot of index funds. So what I'm going to recommend is actually the Vanguard Total World Stock ETF. And this is a ETF that tracks the FTSE Global All Cap Index. So if you wanted to buy an actual index, this is the one. But basically what these funds do is buy every single company in the world. So every public company in the world is gathered into these funds. So you cannot get more diversified. You cannot get more passive than that. It doesn't matter if they're large cap, small cap, developing, emerging market. Every single public company in the world is bought by these two funds. Okay, so the VT is the ETF version of this FTSE Global Index. And if you guys remember from my portfolio, there it is, VT. So this is my largest holding, is that Vanguard Total World Stock ETF. You can see expense ratio of 0.08%. So every $10,000 you have invested, you will get charged $8 per year, which is incredibly low for what they're doing. And it is market cap weighted. So you can see North America is still 60% of this, just because all of the biggest companies in the world are located in the United States. So here's the portfolio composition. You can see they are giving you your emerging markets exposure. Obviously, you have your North America exposure. And if you actually look at the portfolio, it's probably going to, it's a large cap blend between growth and value. I'll link this investor guide down in the description below, so you guys can look at this stuff later if you are interested. But basically, the entire idea of passive investing is that you can't beat the market with active management. So it's better to just buy an index and hold it and slowly add your position over time, because that will outperform active investing. You guys have all seen the articles before. I'll drop some of the headlines in right now. But basically, the point of just buying the market is, one, it's incredibly simple, but two, you're going to get better returns than if you're an active manager. Okay, I realize it's kind of ironic me saying that. This is 20% of my portfolio, but the rest of it is like pretty much active management. For me, this is somewhat of a hobby. I'm not necessarily convinced that I can beat the market over the long haul. I've had pretty good success so far, but I'm not convinced that I'll be able to set it up. So I do have quite a bit of my money in the Vanguard Total World ETF. Again, I'm not recommending anything to you guys that I don't do myself, so I hope you guys recognize that. But anyway, this is basically my play to say I don't know if I can beat the market, and I'm not too proud to say that I don't know if I can beat the market, but I do have quite a bit of money in this fund, and that is my attempt at passive investing, and hopefully it shows my belief in it. There's a great book on this. It's called Random Walk Down Wall Street by Burton Malkiel or something like that. Don't quote me on that pronunciation. I think it's something like that, though. I'll link that book down in the description below. It's an incredible book, a great read. He can illustrate the benefits of passive investing a lot better than I can, so I'll just link that resource down below. Highly recommend you guys check it out. You can see since inception in 2008, this has returned just over 8% per year, which is pretty darn good. Obviously, it doesn't sound like a blistering return. You can see it at 40% over the last year, as of a few days ago, as of the end of June. But yeah, over time, 8% a year, that's going to do great things. If you look in my portfolio tracker, balance projector, you can see 8% return. That's kind of what I'm banking on, and what this whole thing is built off of is an 8% return. So yeah, that is my opinion, the best index fund in the world. And it's ironic because it's not even an index fund, it's an ETF, but it is the best form of passive investing you can get. It is perfectly diversified, owns every public company in the world, and it's as passive as you can possibly get. Like I said, it's still U.S. dominant, so you don't even need to tilt towards the U.S. If you do want to tilt, this is in a random walk down Wall Street. Small cap value has been proven to outperform slightly over the long term. This is by Eugene Fama, a lot of his work. So you can see VBR right here. I do own 4%. So this is my attempt to tilt towards small cap and value. Again, another Vanguard ETF. I'll link this one down in the description below, but if we look at the portfolio management, this is just going to be a small cap value tilt. Once this loads up, you can see that down here, so small cap value. Obviously, this is only like 4 or 5% of my portfolio, so a very small tilt in that direction. But if you do, if you prefer the S&P 500, maybe you want to add VOO and add basically a large growth U.S. tilt to your portfolio. But I think having and owning this Vanguard Total World Stock ETF is a great spot. If your entire portfolio was in this, I think you'd do very well and be very happy. Super low stress, don't have to worry about it. Or if you want to do something more similar to me where it is the basis for your portfolio, you can see my Roth IRA, I own quite a bit of it, and in my trad. But yeah, if you want to make it the basis for your portfolio and then build off of that, I don't think you can go wrong at all there. But I don't really get why people say top 5 index funds for 2021. Number one, you don't really need 5 since they all overlap anyway. Like I said, you can just buy this single one and be basically extremely well diversified. 2, I don't know why they can recommend specific index funds for a specific year, since the whole point of buying an index fund is for diversification and passive investing. But basically, if you're rotating in and out of index funds, that is a form of active management. So anyway, don't love those videos. Just a quick little side rant there. Those have been a common theme in my videos lately, I guess. I don't know if you guys like that or not. Anyway, side note, one of my buddies ordered a s'mores milkshake the other day. And I came up with the idea that a s'mores flavor should really only be a s'more. Like, you shouldn't make s'more flavored items. You should just eat a s'more or order something else. Do you guys agree with that? Comment down below. Anyway, another tangent there. That's all I got for the video. So Vanguard Total World Stock ETF, best form of passive investing in my opinion, which is the whole point. I hope you guys found this information useful. And like I said, if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. I appreciate all the support I've gotten so far, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.